What up, what up, what up? Thanks again for tuning in. This is Deactivated Podcast, your host, Ibu. Of course, we're here today, special edition. We are doing a special album listening-ship video episode for you guys. So you guys tuning in right now. Get ready. Listen, guys, this shit right here is brand new. And then I hope you guys really enjoy it. I got here two of my, I like to say we're friends, right? Guys, are we friends?
We're brothers. We're brothers, yeah, I like that.
And also we have a beautiful lady joining us via her iPhone there, FaceTime. So you'll probably hear her, and we'll have a shot of her in the video as well. And so we're here to really let my guest here know whether or not we like his music. That's kind of what it is, you know what I mean? We're trying to figure this out, and hopefully by the end of the video we're still friends. But we shall be friends. We shall be, for better and for worse.
We're brothers, yes. We're brothers.
You know what? I want to start with the far to my far left. It's not gonna make a difference on the video, but this guy right here has been he's a DJ in the African community, and he hosts his own party now. He has leveled up. He went from just being hired as a DJ to now he hired me as an MC to come to his party. And honestly, my first introduction to the guest who I'm speaking of, it was literally listening to him through Soundcloud. I remember I used to go to a party in a village, and they literally played this guy mixes back to back for about 3-4 hours. And then I was like, yo, who the fuck is that? Like on this. So they told me about him. And then as soon as I got home, I saved his SoundCloud page to my computer. And the reason I'm telling you this story is very important. And then one day, because I was part of Afrofest, one of the DJ had dropped out last minute. It's like, yo, we need a DJ. I was like, I know a guy. I don't really know him, but you know what I mean? I could try. I get in touch with the ladies that used to invite me to their party, and eventually I get on the phone with our guest. And I'm like, yo, I don't know who you are, but I heard your music. Right? I heard, it's something about the way that he DJs. I promise you, hands down, one of my top DJ ever. If I had to do a top 5 list, he's on there. Top 1 or 2, it wouldn't even matter, right? With no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce y'all my good friend, Mr. DJ Havil. I have to stop a little bit. I could have went on, but
I've never heard this story.
And to be
honest, I've heard it before.
No, it was giving me goosebumps.
No, and you know what? And this is why he's never heard it, because me and him never had that conversation, right?
Yeah.
But it's important. The reason why I put that in context to understand that was like almost. How many years ago? Like 5, 6 years ago, right? Me and Vil also, we've worked on 2 mixes together that we've done. And hands down, like anytime I could call a DJ, he knows it too. Like I'm like, yo, Vil, what's going on? So thanks for coming. This is actually the first time ever this guy's ever done an interview. Can you believe
that?
How you feeling today, man?
I feel good.
And also the man of the hour, and I'll get back to, because I have personal questions that I would like to ask you.
Sure.
But of course we're here because this guy here has been busting his ass. He's been calling me every week. Sir, I have this thing. I need you to listen to it. I was like, you know what? We're going to do something special, because anytime somebody put this much time into their art, and put this kind of effort in, it should be celebrated, which is what the platform today we're hoping to do. And you've heard him on my podcast before. I can't remember the episode number now, but he was on there. So if you want to really dig deep into his history, make sure you go check it out, featuring Kris. And the EP that he's releasing today, I've listened to it. So, you know what I mean, doing this thing, now I get to hear people's shit early. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm P. Diddy or some shit. You know what I mean? I get the exclusive before everybody else. But ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for my man Kris. How you feeling? You could tell Kris releasing something, because he looked better than all of us in this video. You could tell. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm pretty excited. I wouldn't lie to y'all. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, DJ Havil. It's such a great honor to actually, have you here, sir.
Yeah.
And Mr. Activated himself. You know how it is. It's a great honor to actually, have you, give us this platform platform as well. And thank you so much, Vaness, for being with us live today. And we really appreciate you so much. And thank you for all your encouragement today. And to everybody, I'm excited. Thank you.
Yeah, and also I did not forget about our third guest, fourth person on the panel today, which is Vaness, and she's joining us via FaceTime. Shout out to technology. Yes, because of personal reasons, she cannot be here with us today, but we're still able to incorporate her and being part of this whole listenership that we're doing today, and hopefully we'll love to have your input. She's actually the person that I know the least about, so I didn't mean to butcher you. That's blame Kris. That's Kris's fault.
It's okay. You're gonna
Blame it on me.
So I want to go back to Havil. Before we get into it, because like I said, and he didn't even know that story that I just told everybody. Was listening to him on SoundCloud, and then it made me buy into his art with his DJing. So I want to ask you, like, what was the first time that you know what I mean, got on the turntable and go, yo, I'm gonna give this shit a try. If you could put that into words for us.
Honestly, I think I started DJing like 2013. I love music. I used to play in church, like play drums and stuff. And then, I couldn't play drums anymore because I moved to York. I was living in Hamilton. So I moved to...
Brother.
You guys are actually
Hamilton brothers.
I moved to playing instruments and then playing DJing, and like I was living in the student house in New York with like 5 people in the house, and I was disturbing everybody, bro.
From just playing the music.
Like turn that shit up. Sorry, no question.
Listen, we can do whatever we want on here.
Yeah.
Right. Free will.
Turn it up, and honestly, I appreciate those times because it made me better. Like even when they were turn it off, like for them to turn it off, I sound terrible.
Yeah.
So instead of me coming out and saying, okay, like my friends hyping me up and me feeling confident that I'm a good DJ, and when personally they were giving me their feedback, it made me get better, work on my craft. And when they started saying, "Oh, keep playing," that's when I knew Cambridge come out.
I mean, interested enough to like I said, I've known Havil a long time. We haven't had a long conversation. He's not a man of many words, but it's a man that if you follow what he does, I feel like that speaks enough. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like first time I heard your mix, I was like, this guy, because I listen to mixes all day, right? Yeah. I can listen to 10, 20 DJs at work just trying to keep my mind busy. Yeah. But his was like, when you listen to something that, you know, it's not even about the pick of the music, but it's just the art behind it. You know, the Havil, you know what I mean? He's nothing to play around with, right? I also want to ask you, because sometimes you go by King Havil.
Yeah.
At what point do you feel like somebody deserves to call themselves king or king of even like Afrobeat per se, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a difference between cocky and being confident in your craft.
Right.
And if you've won a lot of competitions against like not only African DJs but like dancehall DJs, like
you've held it down.
You held it down. Shows, you held it down. Private events, you're holding it down.
So that's what. Let me ask you another thing then. What event did you do? Because I remember mine as an MC.
Yeah.
And then you get off stage, and you go, oh yeah, I could. Like this is, you know what I mean? What if you could recall? What was that event for you?
Oh, I think every event.
Listen, I'm the only reason why I ask this question because I know this, right? Like I know this. We have a relationship. We work together.
Yeah.
So maybe people tuning in might not be in tune to, and they might even wonder, well, what the fuck you got this guy up here? But his art, like his craft, is really that. If we have a guy like Kris dropping music, we want to definitely get somebody who plays the music to come in and get it an early listen because he's the one that knows how to. It's almost like crowd management. Yeah. I've been in parties where the MC sucked, but they still had a good time. I've been at parties where the DJ was bad and the MC was great and that party was like, as an MC, you can't do a party if your DJ sucks.
Yeah.
Like it's literally what it is, right? So my beautiful friend joined us through FaceTime. We want to also get to know you a little bit better. I mean, personally, even for me, because I've not had a chance to meet you yet, but I'm sure we will get that dealt with after today's episode. You know what I mean? But tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so my name is Vaness. I'm a songwriter and singer. I write a lot of songs in the background for artists in the city, in New York, in LA, and London as well. On my professional side, I am a registered nurse, and I do interviews on the side. I write articles on the side, anything to support artists I feel are really doing their thing out here. And when Kris approached me to do this, I was like, me? Of course I'm gonna do this. So that's a little bit about me. More music will be coming out, but I'm mostly in the back, so that's probably why you haven't seen me.
Right.
But that's me in a nutshell.
Well, thank you for joining us for sure, and we would definitely welcome your opinion. Like I'm saying, we're going to get through the album today for those listening and even watching the video, and then we'll get to give it a kind of like a not too critical because it should be the project is available now as we speak. Yeah. But we'll just be the first one to not only listen to it but also have the artist behind it, so that way if we have a question, who better to answer a question than the guy himself to put these records together. But before we even get to that, I want to talk to Kris a little bit because I haven't seen him in a while since he came to the last podcast. We do talk, I would say, I never knew I was industry, right? Until I started to have people, they literally call me and they don't ask me how I'm doing, they just ask me for. So like, I got this event going, I'm like, damn, like, is it what it's gotten to? But I've seen you perform and then we build a relationship. Yeah. And then now it's like, yo, whenever you got something to run by, you give me a call and then we're trying to serve it to the people the best way possible. But tell me a little bit of the process. Because right now, this is not an album.
Yeah.
It's an EP.
It's an EP, yes.
And it's called Vibes and Chill.
Vibes and Chill. Vibes and Chill. You know what time it is.
Tell me the process. Why an EP and not an album at this point?
So basically with the project, it's just something that has been at the back of my mind, just to put out something. We've been doing music for the past, say, 2 years now, right?
Right.
Even before that, but just in this space that we are, I've been doing music for about 2 years, right? So I felt like it was time for me to at least give people something that they can listen to, something to. That's where the name came about. Shout out to my very good friend Kingsley. He was part of the naming of this EP. Okay. So we sat together and we were just listening to a couple of songs, and he was like, "Bro, this is the title of this song," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's a good name," and then we went by it. But before that, I just wanted to give people something that they could, relax and listen to. I'm this type of person, in as much as we like Afrobeat, that's all we build, on the right now. That's the trending genre of music right now. Yeah. But I wanted to give people something that they could also, listen to when they're at home, when they're relaxed, when you're driving and stuff like that. So the best way to do that is not just by putting out an album, it's by putting out an EP that, makes that statement about that particular music or project that you're trying to put out. So that's why we went for an EP, not an album. And
I remember, because me and you had conversations about this.
Yes.
You first was like, yo, I want to drop singles. And I was like, I hate people to do that.
True.
And my reasoning behind it, and I don't know if you listen to me or not, but and this is go for artists as well. When you do singles and it sucked, you now lose the interest or whatever. People don't want to go check you out, right? Because you have to build a certain, like, you have to be, let's just pick the best right now, like Drake. Anything Drake drop, whether it's good or bad, people will listen to it. But I think for upcoming artists, what you do yourself a disservice is you don't know which one is going to hit and which is not. So let's say you got a body work of 10 songs. And you decide to do two that you personally like, and I'm sure you like every song. Yeah. But it's two that I personally hate. You've not lost me to even go check out your body of work. So I've already told you, if you got like 5-6 songs, give it to us as a package. Let us go digest it. Like even the songs that you gave me, all of them are good, but I definitely have favorites, right? But at least the project is there and I could pick, okay, you know what? I like this, and then now next time you do something else, I'm definitely going to go check it out and go, you know what? Maybe this time I like 4 out of 5 instead of 2. That type of stuff. So
I'll tell you something, not to cut you short. That conversation we had, I took it home. I took it home with me. And it debuted this. You understand? So just to put it out there. Yes, sir.
Listen, if nobody listens to me, I got one artist who appreciate my opinion. But let me even ask Havil, how do you feel? Because I know you also spend a lot of time, a lot of different artists, up and coming artists in Toronto. What is your personal preference? Because I mean, that's my preference. But what do you like better? Do you like the singles or do you like the album format?
Honestly, I prefer EPs in the sense that I think EPs sell better than albums. Like when you release like a whole body of work, it just becomes too much. People get overwhelmed.
Makes sense. Okay.
But if you give it to them short, then they want you more.
So definitely more than one. Like at least like 5, 6.
5, 6. Yeah. Even 4. 4 is enough.
What about you, Vaness? How you feel about the single versus album?
I like a mix. I'm not gonna lie. I like to be teased a little bit because I understand that sometimes artists are very versatile in the work that they give out. So your first single, I may not like your first listen, but if I hear it like 10 times, I may warm up to it. You know what I mean? And I hear the second one, it may be something different, and then you hit me with the EP, then I can be like, oh, okay, like this artist is about, okay, like he's more of like a Ty Dolla $ign. He doesn't just do hip-hop, he does pop as well, and I'm able to see that whole picture. So to me, I would rather have a few singles at first and then wrap it up in a project. It kind of takes me on a journey with you.
Okay.
But before we get into the track, we're going to ask Mr. Ibu.
Yes.
Mr. Activated questions too.
I like this. Yes. Yeah, we should do this every week. I like this. Yeah, go ahead.
So, I met Ibu from Afrofest. Now let me give you a little introduction about Afrofest. Afrofest is the biggest African event in Canada. Like it pulls 20,000 people every year. So Ibu's not a small boy. Like, big
man things. I like that. I know I like you for a reason.
Yes, sir.
So, the first time I played at Afrofest, Ibu was more like a stage manager. Like, he was just running around. I'm like, oh my God, what's this guy doing? But then the next time, he started emceeing. So, what made you start emceeing?
I'm just gonna give you guys the short format of it. So I think when Havil had met me, I was even stage manager. I was doing it like so. I've never been part of Afrofest. I've always been part of it adjacent to my brother-in-law, who was the owner of the official after party. So that's how I kind of got introduced to it. So at the beginning, I was kind of like a water boy. I did whatever needed to be done. So if they need, get this and get that and get this. But as far as African entertainment, I've been around it 10 years. Wow. And I've always wanted, I mean, not even the one to be on stage, but I've always appreciated a great MC. You know what I mean? And from the beginning, let's say even like 2-3 years in, they offered it to me like, yo, go on stage. And I told them, nah, I'm not ready. Right? Like, because it's, if you understand the art form of it, you know that like, it's not like, you're not just gonna get on stage and go, yeah, like, and then it takes a build up. So I took 6 years to really, not even building up, but like study, like shout out to MC Bonde, MC E-Bone. Those are the two guys that was really consistent doing it. And these are guys that like, even when we do events outside of Afrofest, we will hire as MCs. So you gotta think about it, I literally sat there and watched them do it for about 4 years. And then took everything that I took and packaged it into my own personal thing. So what Havil is saying, which is crazy enough, I remember Havil, first time he see me MC, he called me. Like I'm saying, Havil's not a guy that talks, like that's not, you know what I mean? He called me, he go, yo, this is your first time MCing? That's exactly what I remember. I remember that. He was like, I was like, yeah, first time ever. He's like, yo, what the fuck are you not? Like, why are you you not doing this? And to me, that makes me feel better because what Havil wasn't aware of is that like I've been working and perfecting the craft of doing it. Yeah. So then stage like Afrofest, when you go, you don't get a second chance at a first impression. So if you go the first time and you blow it up, boy, you forget about Afrofest. You might not ever MC ever again in the whole African community. You know what I mean? So for me, what made me do it is just I love what an MC represents. And I think the importance of it is like they're not just somebody that talks on the mic, but it's like somebody that could get your attention when things is going. Sometimes they could really like you know, when I do weddings, I'm more important not to the people that get married, but outside of them, I'm the next best important person in that place because forget about their mom, I direct the whole show. You know what I mean? So it's so and I get it now, like it's people think it's about getting hype and just talking. They don't know that you even, you know, rehearse everything that you're about to say. But it's really is the art form of it. And that's kind of like the short end of it is like, yo, I've seen it and I appreciate it. So I was like, let me just go do my homework. So then if I ever get the opportunity to, I could at least, I don't know if I'll be good, but I could be, okay, you know what? You're not bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I wanted to be. I just wanted to be okay. So then I could come back and do something else. And
well, you're here killing the show.
I mean, I'm thank you. I appreciate it.
One more question.
Yeah.
Weren't you scared? Like, how did you get the confidence to go in front of 20,000 people and MC your first gig?
So you know what's crazy, and this is like, and this is an honest thing, is like. When I MC, and even when I look at other people do it, I know that I'm better. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't explain why, but like, and it's a difference that I picked up when good MCs do it, and I always use MC Bone to E-Bone. It could be 10 people to talk. When they get on the mic, you know it's them.
Yeah.
And shout out also to AJ Styles. You know what I mean? And like it's there's a top tier. Like everybody else just make noise. That's all I like to say. Everybody else make noise. And then you got the MCs, right? So, so I'm getting sidetracked. What was?
How did you get the confidence?
Oh yeah, so for the first 30 seconds to about 5 minutes, I'm literally shaking in my boots, like I am scared shitless, right? Like, but is as the show go on, like it's like, yo, this is why am I like this? I was meant to do this. So like. If you care about the art form, it doesn't matter if you do it 10 years, you still get nervous because you care about what you're ready to do. The difference now is that like I prepare so much that like my first line is they no longer like, you know what I mean? I'm like
straight to the point.
I'm straight to what I'm getting ready to say, and I capture people's attention that way. But but as a DJ, I'm sure do you still get nervous when you DJ?
No.
Not anymore. This guy here. Hey, I mean,
I'll say something. Sometimes you see him DJing and then there's stacks of money being sprayed on him. So, bro, you got to bring that on. You got to bring that on.
Vaness, do you get nervous at all when you perform?
I do. And it's actually back to what you were saying, is because I really care about the craft. And I think Kris can attest to that. You really want to create that vibe, that atmosphere. You want to communicate with the people that you're going to be performing with. So it gets nerve-wracking, but once you prepare and you start, like
you know what? That is a great segue, and I want us, since we're talking about craft, I want us to get into the first song of the EP. And now, in the order that you sent me, I kind of reshuffle it to my own personal taste.
Yes, sir.
Just to give everybody a heads up. But I want to introduce a record that you've already released.
Yes.
It's been out for about a year now.
Yeah.
Also, I like this record a lot. I need people to go check it out on YouTube because I'm also in it.
Yes.
So if you watch the YouTube, you gotta watch it all the way to the end.
All the way to the end.
All the way to the end, because I was invited to do the shoot, and I just was busy that weekend, so I got delayed. But Kris still made sure to not only give me great treatment and put beautiful women around me, he's also made sure that I have like a good 10 seconds at the end popping champagne.
Sir. Yes,
so the first record, if you're not familiar with this, and if you are, this might be just, you know, us running through it, but because it's been out already, I want to play it first, and then we'll come back to it and get everybody's opinion on it. Even though you've heard it before, most of us have, just to see how people feel about it. So I'll play it now.
Introduce it. What's the record?
So, you right there. See, you about to take my job away. Jesus Christ. But for sure, Kris, please introduce this first record that we're about to play.
Yeah, so I believe the record we're talking about here is no other than OE. That's actually the video. We had a lot of turnout from people from Toronto, from Hamilton, St. Catharines, and London. So a lot of my friends came out to support that particular day just to make sure that this project went well, including Mr. Activated himself. So it's no other than OE. It means cold. So yes.
Let's get into it. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is OE by my man Kris Hands. Let's have a listen and see what we like. By my man Kris Hands. How you guys feeling about that? I'm not gonna lie, it put me in a, you know what I mean? I almost forgot we were doing this. You know what I mean? Havil.
Yeah.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Vaness, how you feel?
Like, if I had a toe with a thumb, that was good.
What was the process writing that song?
Okay, so the song, it took me about like 10 minutes to write.
Really?
So usually when I don't write, I just sing in record.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard the beat, shout out to Ovia the creator. So I heard the beat and one of his beats that I have, so I just listened to that one and it was at night, midnight. So, you know, one of those days when you're just up trying to, you know, create your craft. So I was up and then I found that beat and then it just flowed. So I just started recording and everything I recorded was exactly what I sang.
So you freestyled it, put it somewhere, and the next day, like, I'm going to the studio.
Yes, and that was it. And I played the freestyle for the producer and he's like, bro, we gotta record this. Because I had 2 songs I was going to record that night, but he said, let's do this one first. And we did it. He put his mind. The good thing about working with people like is if you have a good producer who believes in your craft, shout out to 4AB, he was like, bro, let's do this one first. And
they also charge you less.
That's true.
That's just when a producer fuck with you, you're definitely paying less.
I mean, yes.
Not because the craft is less, but because they're not love is there. Yeah, like they're emotionally invested into, which is always a great thing. Right?
Yes. So that was how the song came about, and immediately we the day we were recording the song, I already got someone to shoot the video. Shout out to Soch Star. He just like, I posted it like, randomly, like you're recording and you're like, wow, you're vibing to it, right? And then the next thing he's like, bro, who's this? I said, it's me. I'm just finishing the work today. He's like, okay, we're shooting a video for this. And that was it. He came out with the budget, everything. And then I hit you up, remember? And then that was it.
Yo, honestly, when he hit me up, I was like, this guy bullshit. And like, why? Like, I was thinking, why me? Like, you know what I mean? And he was like, yo, can you come Friday? I can't remember if I was doing an event. It was summertime.
You were. Yes.
I was doing an event. So I think I was doing an event Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Usually this is my turn up time when I'm not working, and I like to go to Social Light. Shout out to Social Light. So I was at Social Light, having a great time. And then I'm like, yo, bro, I'm coming in 30 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm in the full So eventually I was like, fuck. Like, I'm a person that if I tell you I'm going to do something, I don't like to not do it. So eventually I was like, you know what, bro, if it's still going, it's 10 o'clock. I know it's late. He's like, no, please come. And then I went there, and honestly, I was like, I remember telling this like, yo, next time you do a video, I promise you, I'm the first person there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Vanessa, go ahead. It looked like you want to enlighten us a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, I just want to comment on your song, Oyi. When I was listening to it, it was like 90s R&B met Afrobeats. So I was thinking like the content of your music is very suave, it's very sentimental. I was thinking John B, LSG, even El Debar.
I want us to get into one more record. Because you look like you're going to take my job by the end of this episode. So we're going to definitely hold that thought because I want us to listen to two more. And maybe he could kind of break it down if it's just that particular song or everything else. So the second record that I picked, like I'm saying, I picked them in kind of like my favorite order, 9 order that you sent it. I would like for you to introduce it. You know what? I'll introduce it. It's called Santa Barbara. Listen, the accent thing help me out. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara. So we'll get into that record right now, and then we'll come back and pick up Vanessa's question, and that way I think we'll all tie it in.
Moonlight and doses, coast in the shores of Santa Barbara. Flights to Atlanta, Berlin, and Tokyo. City lights that never leave, just like my girl. Cause she light up my world, yeah. Bring me up on you, oh, am I gonna do it all for you? Your love will capture my heart and soul. Your love will capture my heart and soul. Oh, can need you, cause all on you.
Don't know.
All right, that was, listen, my friend, your songs, I don't know what you put in them, but it is definitely reflective of what the title of the EP is. If you're listening to it right now, it is available. Please go ahead and check it out. Vibes and Chill. It definitely gives you that feeling for sure. And I want to get it back to Vanessa. If you could please, once again, let us know what the question that you had, so you could kind of give us that sense of feeling. Vanessa, I give it to you.
So, keeping it light with Vibes and Chill, right? A lot of the vibe of a lot of your music is very, I call it suave, very sentimental, like that 90s R&B. You talk a lot about love, and you're not afraid to express how you feel about whoever she is from Santa Barbara, you know what I mean? So for a lot of these songs, I'm just wondering, okay, like, is it because he writes them at 12 o'clock in the morning, or is he getting it from experience? Is he getting from something he witnessed? Is this like wishful thinking? Because, in this time of age, it's a lot of wishful thinking what you're singing about, right? So I just really wanted to know, where are you drawing your inspiration?
First of all, I mean, I would believe it's a gift from God, right? So that's where I'm starting off from. But however, in terms of what I've written down the songs and everything, it's just every song has a different vibe to me. every song has like a different feeling to me. So for example, Santa Barbara, I was in the studio, the producer was like, I have this beat and I think you're gonna do solid on this beat, right? And then he sent it to me and I went back home. So I was just sitting on my couch one evening and then I'm like, I need to talk about traveling. So which places have I been to that I've traveled to? So I started like writing down names of like important cities and stuff like that. And then I picked the places that I've been to, at least some of them. So that's how that song started. And most of the songs that I do, it's about how I feel. So sometimes when I write, I close my eyes and I feel a certain type of way, you know what I'm saying?
Romantic, I like that.
I feel a certain type of way, you know? And it's about love. So I'm a huge fan when it comes to love. Call me Mr. Romantic, you know, however you want to put it, but that's it. So some of the songs, like especially Oyi came from like an in-depth part of me, like very deep. It was a song that I wrote at a period of my time where, you know, I felt like a lot of things was going on, you know. And after that, a couple of other songs had their own story. So each song has its own story. It's about love. Sometimes it's about fantasy. So I could, you know, imagine that, oh, we could travel the whole world. I could promise you the whole world. You know, you're my girl, you're my friend, you're the listener. Y'all are my fans, and I love you guys, and I could promise you guys the world. And when you're listening to it, you actually feel like you have the world in your hands at that time. So yeah, that's how I do my music.
That's actually a great answer. I just wanted to ask one more.
Yes.
Speaking of traveling the world and fantasies, once this quarantine is over, do you have a top 2 or 3 places that you'd like to perform at in your career? Like, you know what, I'd love to perform here, and I know that would be a hallmark in my career.
Yes, of course. Just because this place is in the EP, I love to go to Santa Barbara and you know show them a little bit about this song, right?
That'd be dope.
Yes, of course. So Santa Barbara, I mean, that's California. So I love to go to California. You know, Vegas. Don't forget Africa in general. So I would say Nigeria, I would say Ghana, I would say, you know, my French-speaking countries. I would like to visit everywhere, but top 3, I like to go to Africa and actually have them feel the sound, you know. And then I like to go to, you know, Santa Barbara and show them what's up. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get into the next record. I'll be curious to know everybody's favorite track, the top 2 by the time we finish this. So I would like for my, you know, let me get my list here because I've reshuffled the list.
Yeah.
So the next one at number 4, if I could have, where is this here?
So
this one here.
Quick question.
Yes.
What's the meaning of Oyi Natsumo?
I'm catching cold.
I'm catching cold.
Yeah.
So my man Kris, if you don't
Are
mind.
you sampling flavor there?
Well, no, I wasn't. The thing is, like when I was singing it, it was just off the bat of it. Like it was in the middle of the night. It's cold, bro. So you know, just you alone in your sitting room, writing the song.
I completely missed that.
But I saw it later. I saw like when I uploaded the song, I realized that Flavor has a song like that. Even Two-Face has a song Oyi, right? But they all mean different things, but the only closest one to it was the Flavors one. Yes. And he had Tiwa Savage on it too, right? For the remix.
There's nothing wrong with sampling.
So if you look at to the right of me, if you can introduce the next record, please do us the honor.
Alright, so the next record is titled Goodbye. Very, very sensitive song. It was produced by my brother Jimmy Abduls. Shout out to Jimmy Abduls. He's been doing great things in Lagos. He went to Uganda some time ago to perform with Oxlade, so he's back, and he was able to, you know, send me this beat, and we worked on it together. So it's a very sensitive song. So if you have someone sensitive in your hearts and you don't want them to say goodbye to you, you listen to the song and share with it. Yeah, listen to them.
Okay, all right. So we'll get into it right now. This is Goodbye featuring Jimmy Abdul.
Yes, sir.
goodbye. Baby, don't say goodbye. I'm a guy, you know I care. I'm a guy, you know I love you. Everything I wanted for us is to spend on time and money. Now you say you want go away. Now you say you want leave me lonely. You know this I love was bright and sunny. Baby, don't say me I care for you. I'm like, please make you save for me. Bye me. If you leave me, baby, I go mad. If you let me go, baby, I go face my your love, praise on the way you do me for body, you do me. My baby, I love you. I hear me and define. I'm deep inside this love on you. Baby, don't say goodbye to me. Cause I'm deep inside this love on you.
They ask me what I do before I sleep like you. If I talk like you, if I dream like you. They ask me what I do, yeah, I love for back.
And everybody
in mind,
and everybody.
yeah, yeah.
Baby, don't say goodbye to me. I'm deep inside this love on you. Baby, don't say goodbye to me. Cause I'm deep inside this love on you.
Looking for love, searching for love,
Vaness,
Hey.
how you doing? Give us your thumbs up or your thumbs down.
I do like it. I do like it. I just wanted to comment on what you just said regarding Afrobeat and actually piggyback off what you said. I think when Afrobeat first came, it was a lot of dancing because we couldn't understand it. So if we can't understand it, no, because think about it, because I speak French, right?
Right.
A lot of the stuff was in English. So if I'm not going to understand the words, even if it was in English, I need to be able to move to it, right? And now that Afrobeat is quite familiar all over the world, we're just trickling down and being introduced to all these different genres, and people are being more accepted of it because they're more familiar with it. The song Goodbye, you said it was very sensitive, right?
Yes.
I was crying.
As a songwriter myself, sometimes those sensitive songs are very hard to write. So it's not a 10-minute thing. Sometimes you sit on it and it's done in 4 weeks. What was this the hardest song you wrote? Was this a hard song to write?
No. Reason because shout out to a friend of mine. I never knew he had it in him, right? So I had already done my usual freestyle to it, and I already have the chorus. I know exactly what the chorus is going to be. Jimmy already had his own layers on it. So it was just that first verse, right? So I've done a little bit of harmony from the beginning to a certain point, and then before the chorus started. So my friend was in the studio that day, and he was like, Kris, let's just go back to you, right? Talk about something that you feel deep inside. And then immediately he wrote a couple of 1-2 lines, and he's like, okay, jump on this. So I read the lines, and I bounced on the lines, and used the lines to get that flair that I wanted at the time. So the beginning, everything I wanted for life is to spend some time and money. So when I started from there, when I started that bounce, then I moved from there. So he was able to, shout out to Kingsley. I never knew he writes songs. So shout out to him. So he was at the studio with me that day. We're like about 4 or 5 persons in the studio that day working on that song, and we were able to get the song done. So yes, that was how it was done. It wasn't so difficult. It's just about you getting into the mood. So one thing with me is, for me to write, I get into that mood. However, if we want to talk about something today, maybe we want to talk about this interview, I get into the mood of the interview, and then I can write a song about it. So that's just how it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's different from process. Yeah.
Perfect. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna play 2 songs back to back, and then because we got 3 left. I thought we were doing 5, but Kris has dropped a bomb on me last minute. Okay? And we also, at the end of this video, by the way, if you're tuned in, please make sure to stick to the end because he's actually doing a live in-studio performance of these actual songs that you're listening to. We get 2 of them. So like you actually get to, you know, get a chance to, we're trying to copy some of the things here, but we're doing the things very well. But Kris get into his mode. Yes, I'm excited, goddammit, okay? And then he performed 2 of these songs at the end. So if you're on YouTube, please make sure that you stay to the end to be able to experience it. Even if you're not here to the end, just fast forward to the end. Make sure you catch those 2 performances. So we're going to play 2 songs back to back. With maybe 30-second intermission in between the 2 to introduce the next record. And I want Kris to do, once again, to allow us to listen to it and do it justice. So we're going to go number 4.
Havil is here to do justice to it.
Listen, man. And by the way, Havil, you put yourself in trouble because I'm not doing no more album review without you here. You know what I mean? Especially if the person is Afrobeat. I'm like, yo, Havil, what's up? We got another one. Pull up.
Like I'm grateful that like he's here, Vaness is here, and like this are ears for it, and you're here as well. You know, presenting this music to them, giving it to them.
See, so for me, and this is great when we break it down in layers.
Yes.
I look at it from an MC point of view. As soon as I hear the song, what does it make me feel like? And whatever I feel is the feeling that I want to translate to the crowd. But I'm not so much into, especially like I'm a hip hop fanatic, so I could like break down hip hop to a certain extent. But Afrobeat, I'm still kind of like new to that space, just because I grew up on hip hop. So even when shout out to Havil, like some of this lyrical content, he understands it better because he's Nigerian. Like there's only so much of it that I'll be able to grasp. So like this whole thing, to me, like me, I like everything, right? But then now what he says is like, now I know what to pay attention to, what to really, and that makes me better as an MC. And
I feel like constructive criticism is very important when it comes to craft like artists because it really helped me in being where I am today. So like, if you're gonna shut it off and just say I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do.
Yo. Because that shit, the dangerous part about that, you better win. I always tell people, like, if you're not going to listen to people, whatever you're doing, better win. But if not, then we're going to look at, well, see, I told you so. So if you're looking at of course, to the right of the screen, number 4, make sure I get my record right, this one here. If you could please introduce it to the people so we can get into it.
Okay, so in my mind, is different. So in this whole EP, in my mind, is the one song that is, I think, is just different from every other song.
Okay.
Yes. So Havil will attest to that because the sound is deeper. Yes, it's deeper into the Afro soul than every other song you've heard.
Okay, now I'm excited.
Let's listen. It's titled In My Mind.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into In My Mind by my man Kris. Let's give it a shot. you feeling? It looked like you almost you went to a different place there. I could see it.
I did.
What? If someone give me 3 words, how were you feeling? I mean, more than 3, but how you feeling right now?
Spacey. Confused. Intrigued.
Sound like a relationship.
I didn't come here to get one.
Havil, if you could give us 3 words, how you feeling?
Feel good.
That's 3 words.
I feel good.
Listen,
Okay.
so you know what?
You're giving us 3 words too, right?
For
do you
me, woo, happy. Like she said, spaced out. I'm kind of cheating a little bit because you inspired that, and like questioning.
Okay.
Like now I've questioned.
What are you questioning?
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay.
I mean, you almost wanna. I'm about to call somebody after this interview. Like, I mean, anyways, that's the mood that he gave me. Like, damn, like, almost like I'm thinking right now off the top, Usher sitting in the rain singing. You know what I mean? Like, I can't sing, but if I could,
Yes, sir.
this is why we have him here. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. So not to break that up, I want us to right away get into the next record. Kris, if you could please do the honor and then introduce this one. I think this one is gonna be different.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. So this one goes deep into the Afro beats that we're talking about. Yeah, so all the other songs are more like Afro-centric type of songs, right? And soul music, R&B, pop. But this is Afro beats. A little bit of the pop genre and the soul to it, but I feel to me it's Afro beats. Basically, this was produced by my very good friend. He was my classmate in the university. Shout out KNUST Ghana. He's a producer now, so he's also an engineer. So that's what he is. Doogie is his name. He has his EP also dropped. He did it with Odunsi. Yeah, so you know how the Lagos vibes is, right? So he sent me this one, and we've been working on it since last year. He sent it to me last year, before OU was even dropped. That was when he sent me this beat. So I'll just let you guys listen to it. You get the flow and get the trend to it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Ladies and gentlemen, the next record, it is called
Ragabomi.
Ragabomi.
Yes, sir.
Now, we will not tell you what that really means. What it means. What it means.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
So let's get into it right now. Ragabomi by my man Kris. Let's hear it. Now that we play the song, I would like to let you guys know that's actually my favorite track on the whole EP.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I need to hang out with Havil. Now this and the reason why, like I'm saying, back to what I was saying initially, is that soon as I hear a song, maybe it's to my fault. Initially, I think about what that would do in the event, in the party.
Yeah.
Like I'm not thinking about nothing else. So I think for this, it speaks to that. Like when I'm going through it, I'm like, yeah, this works. This you can play about between 11:30 to 12:30. Am I right or wrong? Am I close? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can. This is past the warm up.
Yeah, it's past the warm up.
But this is not like Dami Doodle, right?
Yeah.
This is not that. Havil, I am curious. And Vaness, we'll get to you next, but Havil for sure. Give me your thoughts on the last record.
I see you have the high life and Afro soul in that track, which that's a hell of a fusion. I haven't heard that, but like it sounds beautiful, like and we can bump to it. But again, bro, lyrics.
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
So I mean, and what you're saying, we appreciate that is you think that the lyrics have to, and when you break it down for me, because I don't understand, when you mean lyrics.
Yeah, it's just like there are better ways to say things than just saying like that song that I was just saying, my girl, my baby, my girl, my baby, and it's very delicate. Like there are better ways to put it.
Yeah.
There are better ways to say things, and like the thing about if you're doing this particular genre is lyrically you have to be sound, vocally you have to be sound. When you're doing Afro soul, Afro like whatever, you have to. If it's Afrobeat, normal Afrobeat, you don't have to. But when you're doing this particular genre, you have to be. You don't have to be extremely good, but your lyrics has to be like good and your vocals have to be good. So when you're repeating the same thing, my guy, okay.
So I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something how it happened, right? Not. Thanks for
Chris
advice, right?
about to defend his
No.
song.
I'm not defending. I'm not trying to defend, but I'm just because what he's saying is the reality. Right. When he added High Life to it, when I was doing the song, I never thought of High Life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But when he's listening to it, maybe when you're listening to it or someone they get that opinion about it, right? So when I was doing this song, I was doing it basically because I just wanted to do something that sounds African. That we could play in weddings and people could dance. So when this song is playing, I don't think you listen to the lyrics. You just listen to the groove. You understand what I mean? So you trying to groove to it. And my most concern to this song was mostly my chorus. I wanted my chorus to be there. Like I wanted everybody to get where that chorus was going to. So EJ love, oh, me, my baby come make we go ragabo me, yeah. And I told you earlier on today what that means, you know what I'm saying? So it's a fun song. Don't ask, Vaness, don't ask. It's a fun song. To me, it's just a song that I want. That's why it's vibes and chill. I'm taking what Havil is saying, I'm taking what you're saying, Vanessa, I'm taking what you're saying, and we're gonna keep working.
Yeah.
And making things better.
Well, but the thing, when I say high life, it's the drums, like the instruments and everything, and the way you're singing. Like, cause when it comes,
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is a part where I like step out of the. I have no fucking idea.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to Afrobeat and even African music in general, you're able to tell the genre they're playing by the beats,
the drums,
Yeah. So when it comes to like the Alter soul kind of vibe, you're able to tell from the keyboard. The keyboard sounds muted, like it's kind of dark. Like even Toronto has its own sound.
Yes.
When you see Toronto artists, they love their sound is dark, like the keyboards are muted. That's the Afro soul too. It has that muted keyboard, and then the drums. It kind of sounds Ghanaian, kind of sound. Yeah. So the way you're singing and then it's like the whole vibe and everything, the whole groove is nice.
Yeah.
But when like the lyrics could be better. Like it's not it's terrible. Yeah. There's some songs, I'm going to mention artists. There's some people that release songs and it's like even though they're big, but we all know they're just repeating the same thing. They're saying my baby, my girl, I'll buy you designer, I'll buy you Gucci, and that's what old Afrobeat was. But we've gotten smarter, we've gotten more intelligent.
Yeah, listen, Havil is keeping everybody accountable.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I do you gotta be here on every show.
No. I said the problem about my criticism is that I always get in trouble. No, because artists then they start not liking me. But at the end of sometimes I feel like I owe it to them. But
tell them.
when they don't take it,
Yeah.
and they just like, okay, how about okay? Are you taking? I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, this thing sounds very, very, very good. Like it will win you something. Like, trust me. But this song can be big, mind you. Like Davido said, why 4? Why is 4 my biggest song? When he has other songs that he spent time writing, so he has spent everything. So this song might be the biggest song on the track list. It might be what pushes you or blows you up.
Yeah.
But there's always a fact to it.
Yeah.
Lyrically, like it's not bad, but
It could be
way better.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I want to see you in a position. I want to see you in a place where
Facts, yeah.
lyrically you're better.
Yes.
Like you're not comfortable just singing my baby, my girl.
Man like Havil.
No, honestly, what you saying is, like I'm saying, like you understand, like there's nobody here that can sit there and talk about whether it comes to music or even playing music.
Yeah.
Like you understand that a lot better. So
Yeah.
for me, like I'm saying from the outside, and now if we were to play some hip hop,
Yeah.
I'd have been able to be like, okay, cool. I know from start to finish what you're saying back to back. The Afrobeat, it's some words that I understand here and there, but there's definitely a big gap.
Yeah.
So what you're doing for me is you are filling the gap.
Yeah.
So if you're saying the base of Afro soul is the lyrical content,
The lyrical content, because people want to sing to it,
makes
right?
sense, yeah.
But like, there's some hip hop songs like you just know this guy.
yeah,
he's
like
just-
the one Drake just dropped.
Yeah,
To the
exactly.
right, like there's
When I heard it, I was like, okay, this guy just trying to trend.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's just
no, it's true. But then Drake could give you like, you know what I mean, 5 a.m. 5
yeah,
a.m.
he can give you 5
a.m.
a.m. or
Yeah.
something. But just imagine making okay like Hotline Bling. Hotline Bling is a good song.
Yeah.
Like the lyrics were good. Wasn't like lyrically
great, yeah.
deep, but it was good lyrics and it was good vibes. So that's how you make this other kind of music, R&B. Good lyrics, good vibes. You're good.
So
Vanessa, we didn't forget about you. Sorry.
I think what you were trying to say is, and first of all, Kris, kudos to you to be able to sit there and take the criticism.
Yeah.
But for me, when I heard the song, I was thinking, oh, this is something I could play at a wedding. This is the vibes part of the album. Like that's the vibiest song there.
Yeah.
And when it comes to lyrics, I think we always say you need a catchy part of the song, so that people who do not speak English, who don't really, may not even, you know what I mean, can sing that raga baby, you know,
yeah,
so I think with this one,
He's in the vibe. That's
Yes.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
He's in the vibe.
yeah, I think with this track, I didn't even, part of me almost forgot you were speaking in the song because I was hearing the song and your melodies.
Yes.
And I would hear Raga Baby here, Raga Baby
Yes.
here. So I would have to slightly disagree with you in terms of lyrical content for this particular track.
Yeah.
A track like Oyi, for example, when
Alright.
the piano is giving you so much space, you need to be saying something. You can't just be like, baby, for like the longest part, you know what I mean? But for a track like that, I would have to say it's the nicest vibe, and the hook is like catchy enough. So I'm satisfied.
You win. Okay.
yeah. So,
So thumbs up.
not to cut you short, just to add to what they both said, like Havil said, when you're doing Afro soul, you have to be lyrical. So in this album, that's why it's vibes and chill. It gives you that. So you have certain songs where I sat down, even had to have people sit with me for us to be able to work on a song, just to make sure you listen and you understand where I was coming from in depth. This is like a vibes type of thing. So that's why we say vibes and chill. So you have songs where you vibe into, and then you have songs where you just have to chill and think about what you're doing, you know, when you're listening to it. So I appreciate everything because like I gotta go walk, man. That's what Havil is telling me. Is I gotta go home and walk some more. So a lot of stuff is coming through, Havil, and I'm glad I have you here.
Honestly, you're good. Like you're hitting the vibes for them to be able to be bumping to you're hitting the vibe. But for me, it's lyrics.
That's the thing. So now I have one person who cares about how much you sit down and you talk about certain things. So if you like certain songs that my lyrical content was top notch, then of course I gotta go back home and make sure that whenever I'm doing music, I gotta satisfy that audience too.
And I can ask, let's try something.
Yes.
Tell me a lyric in that song that hit you. That's your favorite song.
Yes. I know where. Yeah, I think I know where it hits him. Tell us where it hits you.
Fuck it,
I know where.
I was gonna bring you back to the show.
But now it's awkward.
But once again, I have to know when people are saying things and they are smarter than me in certain things. And what you speak on is very important. And even that question, yes. Honestly, the lyrics that I remember is the hook, right? You know what I mean? But you are right to attest to that. Is like, oh shit, like you bring up a point that I didn't think about. So now I hope that from this, when now Kris is sitting down writing songs, instead of going from the low hanging fruit, you're like, nah, I gotta find a better way to say this. And like I'm saying, your criticism, like honestly, I don't even feel. And maybe because it's not my song, but I feel like it's coming out of a place of like, yo, I want you to be better. Like I know you're good. I need you to like get this shit and then that's all.
I think we're all coming from that place.
Facts.
I just wanted to add something in that because he does make a good point. Is when you're making your songs, make sure you stick to your intention.
Yes.
So if you want your Raga Baby to be more lyrical, have a message be presented, then you do it. If you wanted it to be like a jam, like Hot My Bling, all I can remember is like, Hot My Bling. I'm not a rapper. Like, that's all I remember. If you wanted it to just be a bop, then you have to set that intention on and make sure that hook is banging, that beat is banging. You know what I mean?
That's the intention I just said. But just like Havil is here, Havil, that's why he's here. Because he knows music too, right? But the intention is just ragabomi, right? Just let's have a good time. That's it. That's all.
We will tell you offline. You will be told offline.
We'll tell you what it means. We'll tell you.
I want us to get into the last song, which, you know, on a regular time, this would have been it. But this is, of course, Havil, please take it easy on us. But like, honestly speaking, and thank God I did reach out to Havil. Like Havil and everybody else in here has definitely gave me like, oh shit, like I need to not even forget about even me as an MC that has given me shit to really tune in and look out for. So I think all of us from this panel today will be, I like to think, better at what we do individually. But I want to play the last song that Kris has been holding out on me on this song until he literally showed up today and was like, here's the song. I was like, sir, how am I supposed to listen to the song? So I've heard it once, but this is the second time officially that we're going to play it.
Yes, sir.
And Havil, he has fresh ears. Havil's not heard none of this. So he's hearing it for the first time. And hopefully at the end of today we could give him the project. He could go back and listen to some more and then see if, okay, maybe I was off on this or not.
I'm happy that, one thing I want to say, I'm happy that a couple of the songs catches the vibe that you wanted to catch.
This album hits the vibe. Like,
thank you, sir.
The vibe is there 100%.
Thank you, sir.
My man Kris, I would like for you to introduce the last record of the show today. Please do us the honors.
Okay. Thank you. This is. I think the title of the song brings out the album too as well. It's titled Vibin'. Vaness, this is fresh to you as well because it's fresh to everybody. You know. Yes. We just finished the song last minute before it got infused into the EP. But we've been working on the song since last year. So he's heard it before, but in a more Afro soul. Yes, but now we had to tune it up a little bit. So it's called Vibin', and let's just listen and then we'll all tell, right? Yeah.
Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Vibin' by Kris.
Yes, sir.
Please have a listen. Let's get into it.
you, girl, like a dream that never came. So my heart will always be, girl, up in the skies and thinking of your love. Oh, your love, easy way out for me. Easy, without you, girl, I feel like I'm the night. Do you like to fly around and dance on those stars? I'm around you, girl, I feel like I'm in the sky. Do you like to fly around and dance on those stars?
Listen to it on your headphone and you understand.
I think I found my favorite song.
Really? Holy smoke, ladies and gentlemen. We have one.
Yes.
And I think I want to save Havil last. Okay?
Yeah.
And I want to take it to Vaness. Vaness,
Yes.
thumbs up or thumbs down and tell us why.
Okay, actually, thumbs up. At this one, the lyrics were good. It was a whole vibe. It was very structured, so I could follow along. I knew what was coming. It was something I didn't really have to think about, which was really good. No, it was a vibe. Like, I don't have much to say because it was good. You feel me?
So that is it. So do we have a single from this project? I feel like
I have two. What?
two. You have two.
I have two.
So I'll go first. Honestly, personally, I still like the Raga.
Ragabomi.
Now it's still my joint. This one,
I know why. I know why.
if you know, and I don't think it's because whether or not I think the song is great, but once again, back to everything I've been saying is like, okay, cool. This we throw it early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not because it's early because it's bad. But this is probably like the last song that you play out of your early sets, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I mean this was good, and now I would like the expert of the room. See now we have the expert that is here. Havil, talk to me, man. How you feel about that?
Yo, I love vibing. I don't know, like it's so good, like in the sense that the lyrics, like it wasn't lazy. We were just talking about girls, we was talking about stars, was talking about moon. I was just hearing different things, and it was just hitting. And like it's something that I would want to go back and go listen to, even if I'm in a bad place, if I'm just chilling. It might not be necessarily something I want to turn up to, but it's just something an everyday listen to. And yeah. I thought you didn't have the right to need you, but it proved me wrong.
So this
We waiting for the heroes. Yes, sir.
I guess this is the bar. Can we say that? Is this the do everything as close to this as possible?
Not necessarily. Honestly, the way I love vibing, like yeah, vibing is good, but I don't necessarily think you might bump in the clubs. But the other hits like Ragabomi, I think Ragabomi is like one of the strongest.
That's it,
hits.
yeah.
But like, because that's even more danceable. But like, we never know which of the songs
it's gonna pick up. Yeah.
But one thing I know is whichever one you promote the hardest, and whichever one you drop a music video to, it's going to be your hit single. So it's going to be left to you to choose.
Out of 6, but I want your opinion, and I'll go around. What if this is your project? Which one do you shoot a video to?
Honestly,
Now, before you even answer that, we're talking. What song do you think you could get the most out? Not even necessarily what you personally like, but what do you think could put Kris in the next tier to be like? And it doesn't matter whether lyrical content, but like overall, what do you package to be like? We sending this out first.
honestly, I like Goodbye, I like Ragabomi, and I like Oi. So like, it depends on the space you wanna be, because most of this Afro soul, alternative guys, they have their crowd. Like they don't appease to
Everybody.
the mainstream Afrobeat, or that's why you really not hear them, but they have a major following behind them. Like you can't even play with them or touch them with their following. So it depends on what you're trying to. If you're gonna try and go with the Alter Afro Soul crowd, I think Vibing will be a big hit. Okay. But if you're trying to just, I'm an artist, everybody, mommy, daddy. Yeah. Right. You have Ragaboomy, you have OE, you have Goodbye, you have all that. I can do that. Okay. Yeah.
Vaness.
Yeah, I actually agree with him. I think my ear's more like general.
So Fali has tainted your life. See that? Fali Pupa has tainted your ears. I'm just pulling your life, but yeah, go ahead.
But I can't remember your question, but I think it was one for a video and one for.
Meaning, like, if you were to put the project, if you were to spend money on one song, and I'm piggybacking off what Havil said, is that like, what do you put out in terms of what lane you want to be in? So if you have $1 million of your budget and you want this to be the face of this project, out of the 6 songs, which one do you go with?
Okay.
You can only pick one.
Okay. I would go with. Okay. I would go with Vibin as well. If you want more like mainstream. Raga Baby?
Ragaboomy.
Ragaboomy? That one? That's a bop too. That's why those were the ones I was stuck in, because that one I can see everywhere. You know what I mean? But Vibin, that's the one I can see pushing a video behind, pushing a single release behind, pushing all that behind. But I agree with what he said.
Okay. So I'll tell you guys something, real quick. So this EP is we're in a time where everybody needs to find something that is appealing to them. Yeah. So I've done a lot of, like, I played so many of my songs to him. My natural, like, if I sit here to write you a song, would be everything you've listened to aside from Santa Barbara, Ragaboomy and stuff like that. Yeah. You would probably hear me singing OE and stuff like that, right? But we are in a time where people are at home. People need something that they can gravitate to. We all need different things. You understand? So this EP, that's why it's titled Vibes and Chill. So you can vibe, you can chill. Choose what you want to do. Yeah. So let's do this. So this is why we're here today, and we're gonna make it happen, right?
Listen, yes. Big shout out, big congratulations, and if you're tuned in right now, this EP, it is available everywhere. Go stream it, but buy it and stream it, right?
It's ready for pre-order, right? So go and pre-order and buy it, and all that stuff. So
get ready to support. And like I'm saying, for me, before we wrap things up, two reasons why you support somebody. Either they damn near have incredible talent, which is undeniable, but most of us get exposed to that talent when it's almost too late. When I mean too late in the sense like they've been out 10 years and you just getting on the bandwagon, or you support somebody because you truly think that they are good to the ecosystem. And my introduction to Kris was that, like, I met him and he gave me the thing, like, you know what? Because of how much I see he cares about his craft, and I can almost mirror that into my craft, I was like, I gotta pay attention to what he's doing. And whatever I could do to support that, I'm always, for it. I like to go around the room and ask us any last comments, questions that you might have for my guy here. We'll start with the beautiful and amazing, talented, the one that's gonna steal my job one day. She's like, who you talking? You thought there was somebody else in here. Now, shout out to you, Vanessa. Please give us your closing comments on this.
So just a little bit about how I met, why I support Kris. The first song I heard from Kris was My Rosie, and I was like, you talking to me? That's how he made me feel. It made me feel. That was he made me like when I saw him performing on stage, I felt like he was talking to me, and that's like. So always something that I look for in artists is like, what am I experiencing when I'm listening to you, right? And so when I felt that connection, I'm like, I have to meet him. I have to meet him. I have to meet him. And when I met him and I had a conversation with him and understood why he was doing what he was doing and what his craft was about, the intention behind it, I was like, yeah, I support that. I think people support not only the talent, but also what the artists themselves stand up for. And if they're in agreement, you've got your following.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So my last comment is, go pick up the EP. Please support. Don't sleep, okay? Because it will be a rude awakening when this man pops, okay?
Listen, that's why I'm like, yo, can we still be friends? Because I feel like if I ever need, but honestly, it's just to piggyback off what you said, it is just that. Like, we want to see people that are good to the ecosystem actually go out and win. And I think sometimes we experience artists when they're big, but to be part of somebody's journey, I think that is also very important. As you can see, Havil sitting up here is because we've had interaction and we've built that up to what it is today, where I know that, like, yo, when he asked me, can you get a DJ here? I'm like, I don't have like 10 names that come to my mind. I have one guy that, and we've had many conversations, you know what I mean? So thank you for that comment, and I like to bring it to Havil. Closing comment outside of lyrical content. No, I'm joking. But yeah, let's know, like, if you could put a bow to it, like, how do you close things off?
Yeah, everyone support Kris. Amazing talent. He's coming up real quick. Watch out for him. Buy his album, buy his EP. Support him. Go to his shows. First time I met Kris was actually at a party I threw. Yeah. It was a barbecue and he performed. I had a bunch of artists. I like to support upcoming.
Havil's a platform, goddamn.
No, but that's the funny enough. The party, like, a lot of the nocturnal artists here, they got a lot of, like, they got people to, like, they got new followers following, because, like, I know people that you don't even know that like your music right now, but it was from that barbecue they heard you. Like, oh, who's that guy? They didn't even know your name. That light skinned guy, he was good. Yeah, but honestly, like, just keep grinding, keep working, take your time. If you don't if you don't feel like it's right, like, you have to feel like, yo, this is perfect. Like, don't rush it. Yeah. Like, you feel like you can play anywhere, you can play for the president, and you'll be able to argue why it's good. Like, this is craft. This is something good. It's not just about dropping. I'd rather you drop, like, a solid work than drop a bunch of songs and saturate the whole market and nobody understands you. No one wants to listen to you. So,
yo, Viv, honestly, I like you so. Yo, Viv, we gotta talk more, because and this is the same conversation I've had with Kris. Don't give a shit you're not ready for. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I rather, and I know right now we're in a different time where everybody's home and it's like everybody, yo, I need to put. I was like, why? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's not, and I get this time is hard, and if it's, so people are even, like, willing to put up anything just to be relevant, which is you know what I mean. And Havil, like I'm saying, Havil's one of those guys, you see him when you need to see him. Like, Havil's not doing random parties just to do a party. And it doesn't matter if you do it once a year or, like, people are, you know what I mean, people don't understand what your brand stands for. Will always be there with us 5-10 years, and honestly, that's a great point that you make. Is that, like, yo, stop rushing and giving us your garbage shit. Like, I don't care if it's 80% complete. If you're not 110%, we don't want to hear that.
So basically, just to add to what even Havil said, just to agree to what he said, basically, and what Vaness has also put out there, she said, like, I came to you.
That was last year, by the way, right?
Last year. Bro, what you're seeing here, when I came to him,
I gave him some homework. I said, man, this ain't it.
Bro. I can count how many songs I had. I had just bought one song. You see the song he likes? When I played it for him, he didn't like it. I had to go back and work. So it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I'm not gonna lie to you. For this particular project to be sitting here today, and for everything you guys have said and done, I'm most grateful, because it's given me this platform to hear what you have for me, right? Because having you, Havil, here alone gives me a perception of what maybe a million other people would say. Having you here would tell me, okay, if I was sending this song to an MC, what is he gonna think? Does he want me in the show? If I was having Vaness, is she ever gonna write for me? Right. So now I've heard all these things and I have it at my plate, and this project is here, and we have the audience to satisfy, and we have to satisfy them. And I have to go back and continue doing my homework. And
100%.
Trust me, more is to come.
And also, I just want to touch on it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our opinion. I can give a damn about how you feel. No, but I do appreciate your support, but also know, like, we're not saying, like, this is, like, you might listen to it and get a different vibe from it, and that is welcome. So please comment, question, send us DMs. And I'd like to go around the room. If everybody could drop their Instagram handle, so people that have watched so far and want to follow you guys. We'll start once again with the beautiful representing the great country of Congo. Oh, 2 countries. Oh,
wonderful.
What the look at you. All right, Vanessa, how can we get a hold of you on all the social media platforms?
So everywhere I am at Vaness Writes, that's VANESS Writes, or YWRITES, Vaness Writes.
Vanessa, okay. My man Havil, and I think Havil's also started a new platform, DJ Havil and Friends, which is incredibly smart. I wish I would have thought of that. God damn it.
We're your friends, we're your friends. This Havil and Friends, we're your friends. Let us come and be there.
That was smart. But Havil, how can people get in touch with you?
My DJ page is DJ_Havil, DJ_ then HAVIL, and then the other page he was talking about is Havil X Friends, so HAVIL X Friends. Yeah, that's for more for like parties and stuff and everything.
Yo, also I got beef with you, man. Havil, it took 2 years for Havil to follow me back.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Hey, big man. 2 years.
Listen, this is when I knew what I was doing was starting to make sense to the world. Is when Havil followed me back. Even after, you see that first story I told you guys? He didn't even follow me then. He followed me 2 years later. Like, okay, now I'm just pulling his leg.
Honestly, like I don't really like social media is important, but I don't really like social media. I'm not social media like freak fanatic. Like you can call me up and we can vibe and we can talk and everything. I respect that more than just showing up the fake life and all that stuff.
And honestly, I was just pulling his leg, but what he's saying, it is like Havil's the only person that if he doesn't respond to my message, I'm not like, yo, fuck this. You know what I mean? He's the only person because I like I'm saying, like knowing him, I know how to get through to him. But
I think I think I met him through it was Alex. Alex, shout out to Alex. Yeah, big man. That was how I met him. And the first day at the barbecue, right? I've seen him, I followed him, just like he said. I have followed him. So you have to go back to Instagram and check. I have followed him, but never followed back. But that day, I'm telling you, your own people will know. But that day, I think I met him and he was so receptive. Like he was like, okay, you need a mic. What do you need? Okay, like that was amazing. That was amazing. Shout out to you, big man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. So far we can vibe and we can talk and we can respect each other. That is more important than
social media.
Nonsense, man.
Kris, my man.
Yes, sir.
The man of the hour. People that want to follow you, they've listened to the music, they've seen your performance. Where do they go and tap into and support you as an artist?
I would say everywhere. Everywhere, even in the skies, you can find Kris Hans. You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy Kris Hans. So on IG, you can find me at I am Kris Hans. So it's IAMKRISHANS. Same as Twitter. Facebook, you can find me Kris Hans. I have a page on Facebook. Any other platform, say Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play Store, whatever platform, I have my website. It's just officially launched. It's going to be launching on the day of the release of my album. So it is www.krishandsmusic.com. I won't forget the .com.
When's the release?
So the album is officially coming out on the 10th.
Okay.
So
listen, when you're watching this, look at your calendar. If it's the 10th, go and get the album. If it's early, you've now got early exclusive.
Now you can even go pre-order if it's early.
Yes,
exactly.
By the time you're watching this or even listening to it, this thing should be either available for pre-order or available for you to consume
yes.
for the general public.
Yes.
Anything else that we missed?
No, sir. I think we
Next time you want to perform.
You came late. You missed it. These are an African man. Yeah, I did already.
But you know what? Listen. We're gonna give you a performance now, live. If you're watching this, you will see performance. You will see performance.
There you go.
And Vanessa, sorry. See, I knew I was gonna mess that up. Vaness. Any last word from you? And like I said, thank you for actually not being here physically, but you've been able to be incorporated through this beautiful thing that we call technology, and you do FaceTime. How you feeling? Any last thing?
I want to really big up Kris. I want to commend your attitude. That's one thing that stood out to me is he's always has the spirit of a student, and he's always very grateful for everything. And I think that attitude is really going to determine his latitude. I know it sounds so cliche.
Where he lands.
To the right side.
Thank you.
The attitude of gratitude is really it foreshadows his latitude. So continue to be a student, but always trust in yourself and your intention. You're the artist. There's a reason why people are drawn to you, and your work is important. So we're rooting for you. That's all.
We're just gonna wrap it up on that for everybody else tuning in. Thanks again for tuning in. This is the Activated Podcast, and you've officially been activated.
Yeah. Don't know. Okay, so we're doing the live one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Havil, you still with us, or you gotta go?
I'm watching him live.
You're here now. You're going to be here. Your seat is not going anywhere.